What's up, everybody? It's Andre Iguodala from the Golden State Warriors here. It's my pleasure on behalf of New Amendment and the Point Forward podcast to invite you all out on Friday, March 10th to Beyond the Big Ten live recording taking place at Over Under Sports Bar in Lincoln Park, Chicago. That's Friday, March 10th at Over Under from 3 to 7 p.m. Look forward to catching y'all there.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Ball from Assembly Hall. I'm Christian Watford. I'm my co-host, Derek Elston, right here. We back, baby. We're finally done with the regular season. It's time for that real basketball to start, man. We got we finished the season ranked number 19, which is, I don't know. Tell me about your expectations this year. Did we meet them, or did you think we exceeded them? I got kind of mixed emotions on it, but you let me know what you think.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit of mixed. Obviously, when you're preseason ranked, I think we were preseason ranked 15th. And I mean, we hung around that number pretty much all year. There was a couple times where we exited in a way that we didn't want to, but to finish the season right there at 19 kind of just goes to show what the Big Ten was this year. Right. I mean, yesterday was the last day of the Big Ten, and that entire week, man, everybody was falling off. Like I said in last episode, in February, Nebraska had the best season in February. Mm-hmm. So it's just, it's a wild roller coaster in the Big Ten. And the fact that we ended up 19, ended off on a real high note getting Michigan, I think, we're set up pretty good to kind of show everybody what we can do here in the tournament. And it's nice now that it's not a year where we're like, okay, we need this team to win and this team to lose to get a seed in the big dance. Like, you're calmly in there. We've got a really good seed to make some noise. Mm-hmm. And you're kind of thinking, if you're on staff, you're kind of kicking back and enjoying the Big Ten and seeing what happens and knowing that, all right, we're in this dance very securely. So that's a good thing. Right.
I agree, bro. I think if you would have told me we could finish, top 3 in the conference at the beginning of the year, I would have took that. Obviously we had some letdown games here and there where we just totally just didn't look like we were playing IU type basketball. It looked like we were headed on the right track. But I mean, we finished, like I said, bro, we finished top 3 in a brutal conference. You know what I'm saying? Where it's been a lot of ups and downs, bro. So I can't complain too much about it. We got a lot of people that think otherwise. A lot of people with, I don't think I just think people from the outside have super, super high expectations. And I just don't think we're qualified. I don't think we're qualified as a program to really have those high expectations right now. You know what I'm saying? Though expectations are good. Like, they should be out of the roof, but at the same time, you got to be a little real with yourself, bro, and know what we got on the court, know what we're dealing with, and you know what I'm saying. I would take this top 3 in the Big Ten. But speaking on the tournament, we know our seed. We got it, like you said, we got a good way. We don't really play nobody too crazy, but let's talk about that bye a little bit, bro. Just what that means for our team, what that means for our legs going forward. You know how brutal the Big Ten Conference is, bro, how the tournament is anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, I think, for us to take care of business the way we did against Michigan, obviously you could have had a few more things go right for us to get. But at the end of the day, man, when you get a bye and you're playing Friday,
right?
For what that does to you as a player, like, you get to rest now. And I know, talking to a bunch of those guys that I know on staff, I mean, right now they're diving into the film, especially, a topic that I wanted to hit on a little later in the show, but, Xavier Johnson going out on Twitter and saying that he's going to shut it down for the season, which is a little crazy to me.
A little crazy to me too. I did not expect that. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah. I mean, I thought maybe, when I get a piece of information like that, I like to dive into it a little deeper. I thought there might have been a little backstory with it. I saw the kid warming up against Iowa.
Right.
I mean, he was dunking in the layup lines. He looked ready to go. He looked good. And so for him to kind of get out on Twitter and say that he was shutting it down, we need all the rest we can get right now.
Right.
I think one of the keys to this tournament, because, we were just talking before this, I mean, the Big Ten is the last tournament it's kind of the last tournament before
Selection
the big
Sunday
dance gets going.
Right, before Selection Sunday.
Right.
It's on yeah. I think the championship game is on Sunday,
So
right? Obviously. Championship game on Sunday, yeah.
And then winner of that gets to go up in one of the suites, and they get to be on ESPN or whatever it is and get their name called, and that's great and all. But I don't think people realize, like, maybe even that day, depending on where you're going, you pack your bags when you go home and you take off.
Yeah, no doubt.
And so I don't think people really realize that you are tired, especially you say there's a team that plays Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I mean, your name gets called and you got to hit on the road and get on a plane and say you go to Portland and you got to play a play-in game to then get a seat. It's like, that is exhausting, man. You play a lot of games. The Big Ten is exhausting in itself. So just to know that we have just an extra day before we play. And like you said, man, our road looks really good. I know there's a scenario where we run into Northwestern. We haven't had good luck, but I mean, there's a lot of opportunity right now to see part 3 of Indiana-Purdue. And I know the fans want that. I'd love to see it myself, but at the end of the day, we're worried about the bigger picture. Right. And the bigger picture means we need rest.
No doubt. I think we need to take this thing one game at a time, obviously, before we get to Purdue. I think that's the main thing. I don't think we ain't got that type of team, bro, that we can look ahead. I mean, you just look at what we did coming off a win against Purdue. The next game we play against Iowa, we probably play the worst game of the season. So I don't think this is a team that can look forward. I think we got to stay grounded, take this thing one game at a time. And if we do that, I feel like the position we in, we could see ourselves in a championship game, man. But, bro, that thing is brutal, bro. You said it right, man. Like, that bye is huge, but, man, when you start playing them games, 3 games back-to-back, man, it could take a toll on you, on your body. It could take a toll on your team mentally, you know what I'm saying? But I do want to say that, I don't think we should be, like, mad if we do go to the championship. You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously, if you get to the championship, you want to win because winning is contagious, just like losing is. Right. You know what I'm saying? And, when you get to this stage, bro, it's no more losing after this. It's either, you know what I'm saying, you want to go home. So I think we just need to take our time and focus on one game at a time. Dive into the film, but I think we just need to get back to playing the best basketball. You know what I'm saying? Like, forget about the results. You want to be playing your best basketball at this time, and I think if we do that, the result will end in a win. You know what I'm saying? And we've been kind of up and down a little bit, but that's the Big Ten, bro. So I don't want us to get discouraged on what we've been doing as a program, you know what I'm saying, with the going back and forth. I feel like our guys are ready to play somebody else outside of the Big Ten, you know what I'm saying, just to get a different feel, bro. You know how it is, man. You're playing against the same teams over and over and over. Everybody knows what you're going to do. We know what they're going to do. We know everybody knows each other's sets at this point, you know what I'm saying. Everybody's watched a ton of film on each other. So I think we're just ready to get out and play against somebody else different, you know what I'm saying, and we in Chicago this year. We're not in Indiana. That's going to be huge. It's going to be a little split crowd there. Did you like Chicago better or Indiana better? Just because we had a chance to play in both of them. What you thought?
Yeah, I like Chicago a lot. Like you said, man, it was just something different, right? Yeah, like at this time of the year, like you said, when it comes to scouting, when it comes to just going to a play on a different court, there's just a little bit of excitement that comes with that. To your point, like you said, man, like when you get past that halfway point in the season, besides like Michigan, Minnesota, Purdue a little bit, that don't really use play calls. I mean, I could go out there right now and tell you what Michigan State's going to run. I still look at them. And I look at film when we watch games and like I know exactly the action that's going to run. So there's just a couple of teams out there that you don't really know that you have to dive into film a little bit more. But like when you're playing Michigan State at the end of the year, it's like, God, here we go again. The bigs are going to run. They're going to run a bunch of curl actions. You're going to do corner screens, try to down everything. It's just, what's going on. So a new team, a new scenario is exactly what these guys need. Just a little more pep in their step. Obviously, you have that. It's kind of like a double-edged sword, right? Because you're familiar with these guys and you feel like your options are going to be a little better when you're playing against somebody that you know. But a new team sparks a little bit of excitement of like, okay, we don't know who these guys are. It's almost like you take it a little more seriously.
Right, no doubt.
When you see, because, you could come out and be like, you know what, you get down, 10 to Northwestern, their actions, what they're going to run, how to get back into the game. When it's somebody else, it's like you got to have the foot on the gas the whole time. So a little double-edged sword for me, but I think a new arena, somebody else to play against is going to be, something that uplifts a lot of the guys' spirits.
Yeah, no doubt, man. I remember playing in both of them. Like I said, Indiana was, I don't know, bro. We went to Indianapolis a lot. You know what I'm saying? We did a lot of stuff up there, whether it was practice games against other teams. You remember we went up there and played Indiana State and played? Like, I just feel like we was just, better suited for that arena. But Chicago was fun. You know what I'm saying? It was just fun to go out and play in. The United Center. It was fun. So it's an exciting time to be. It's an exciting time to be a player, bro. What you going to say?
Yeah, I was going to say our time in the Big Ten championship when we were in Indianapolis was not fun.
Yeah,
that's when we were garbage, and it looked like it.
Yeah, no doubt. And we always caught some L's in there, bro. We lost to Butler in there. We always caught some L's in there. But hey, man, Derek. A lot of people don't know Derek was my roommate on the road, so that's why y'all see this chemistry right here. We've been laying beside each other. You know what I'm saying, for a long time. But it's an exciting.
Speaking of what? Speaking of what? Hold on, man. I'm gonna stop you right in your tracks.
What's up?
You know what? I'm no Lil Boosie, but I've been waiting 3 years for that Trenton Watford jersey. All of a sudden, Lil Boosie comes into a building. You got no problem giving him a jersey. But when it comes to me, you guys just heard it. We've been roommates. We've been teammates. We've been brothers. My man can't even get me. I'm not Lil Boosie, so I can't get a jersey.
Don't do that, bro. Okay. Don't do that, bro. I tell you what, Derek. I'll bring you a jersey to Chicago, man, and we'll get. You'll go frame it, put it in your house, have you another Watford jersey in the house.
That's what I want.
You know what I'm saying? We're gonna take care of that, bro. But shout out to my boy Boosie, man. You know how big of a Boosie fan I am. So I had to do that. I had to do that.
People look at me and say, like, what do you know about Boosie? I know all about Boosie from C-Rock, baby. It's the only thing we played in the truck.
I'm trying to tell you, baby. Hey, I was raised on Boosie, man. So, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Boo for the picture and everything this weekend. But anyway, man, I just want to say, bro, it's a hell of a time to be a player, man. Like, shit, March is where legends are made. You know what I'm saying? This is where you really, you can forget about the regular season. It's one game at a time. Anybody can be an unsung hero at this point, man. So it's an exciting time to be a player. This is what you work for. This is what you take all your extra reps for. This is what you take care of your body for, to be able to last into March, man. And I can remember, like, coming back from my senior year, like, I just couldn't get ready. I was just so ready for March. Like, once you experienced it, like, I just hated the regular season almost. And Coach Crean had to sit me down and was like, hey, bro, we ain't going to, like, if you don't focus on this, like, you're not going to get to March. You know what I'm saying? I think I was just riding that high of just feeling that tournament feel, and just, it was just different. You know what I'm saying? It was just totally different than the regular season. Right? And so I can remember Coach Crean sitting me down and like, man, you got to focus on right now or we won't get to March. You know what I'm saying? So this is the most, I say that to say this is the most exciting time to be a player, bro. So you guys, man, go out there, play hard, enjoy it, but have fun, man, because ain't nothing like March Madness. I don't know. I never been a part of the NBA playoffs. People, have their differences, but I just know March Madness is incredible, bro. The atmosphere, the love you get, man, the eyes that be on the program, especially a program like Indiana, you know what I'm saying, where you got fans that travel. No matter if we go to Portland, bro, we gonna have fans there. You can believe that. And I wouldn't be mad if we went to Portland. That'd be all right for me, D. You know what I'm saying? We'll be there,
They probably hit up a Blazers game.
You know what I'm saying?
I wouldn't be mad about that
I'm
either.
definitely going out there if they do that, bro. So, but I'm excited, man. I'm excited for this team. I'm excited for this coaching staff. I know these guys can put in a lot of work to get to this point. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just excited.
Well, see, if you think about it, man, look at the last 10 years now. How long have we been out here? 9-10 years. Mm-hmm. I mean, you had our senior year. Our junior year was kind of a fluke because nobody really thought we'd go. Like, no analyst, no announcer, no anybody thought we would make it to the Sweet 16. Right. They all had us getting beat. Some of them had us getting beat by New Mexico State in the first game.
Mm-hmm. No doubt.
Then you go crazy against VCU, and then we got Syracuse.
We had
who do we
lost to Kentucky,
who did we lose
bro.
to? Kentucky.
In
You're
Atlanta.
right. Yeah, we lost to Kentucky.
Yeah.
Then our senior year, we busted our balls the whole season. Get the number one. Obama picks us to go number one. And there were still people who didn't think we'd get past, Temple. My God, that Temple game was incredible, right? Vic goes off there at the end of the game. And then obviously we lose to Syracuse. But you take our senior year where we're number one, Obama picks us. Yogi's senior year where we lose to North Carolina. Other than that, man, we haven't really been in the conversation of like securely in the tournament.
Right.
So like the hype around us right now as a fan base, as players, like, it kind of talks about, what I wanted to talk about here with the two games that we played this week. But like people are so excited, man. Like you said, like it doesn't matter. You could put us in Hawaii and the gym would be packed because we just travel so much. Like we want to be a part of this so much. And I think everybody who plays this game knows that like you need to be a good team, but also you have to be really lucky to win in a championship.
No doubt, bro.
To win a championship, you have to be very lucky. So I think there's just so much excitement knowing that like I said earlier, we don't have to have like some crazy scenario and we're not on Selection Sunday going, well, we've got a good resume. Let's see what these guys think about us being in a whatever seed. Like we're in there. We are in there very securely. And like, there's no more, like, there's not a lot of pressure.
Right.
Like we're in now, just go play basketball.
Yeah, no doubt.
Just go play.
No doubt, man. Oh, that's gonna be huge, bro. That's gonna be huge, man. I'm like you said, I'm excited, bro. I think we can do a lot. I think we can go far in the tournament. But the main thing we got to do, bro, is we got to forget about the Big Ten. I think my senior year, I think we took a lot of like baggage, the stuff that was happening in the Big Ten. I think we took it into the tournament.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it was just like we couldn't really, you know what I'm saying, change that switch to where we really forgot about everything that was going on. You know what I'm saying? Like the loss to Wisconsin, boom, that just like killed us, killed our whole morale, like killed it because we were so focused on winning the having the overall number one seed that Louisville ended up getting that year. We were so focused on winning the conference tournament just because we had won the Big Ten. We wanted to do a sweep. You know what I'm saying? And we weren't able to really change that gear to really like lock in on the big tournament, man. So I think that's a huge thing. You know what I'm saying? Teams get hot around this year, and you just got to change your focus and be ready, man. So I'm excited.
That's the one thing I've always had trouble with. Like when people ask me, what's the tournament like? Like our junior year, when we got in there, and
we had no expectations. That shit was just fun.
It's just fun, bro. We were walking down in Portland, like we were going to the Nike shop. They had us go out there to the Adidas superstore, whatever.
Fun, man.
Gave us like we were going to the movie theaters and like I don't know. It just like and then you go to our senior year where we're projected number one, and like I just remember like a 4-hour practice one day. Like, what are we still doing on the court?
Created,
like,
I ain't gonna lie, bro. We created a tough environment, a tough work environment my senior year. It was like either win or be miserable. Like that was where we was at with it, bro. And it became like so stressful to that point. You know what I'm saying? I think that's why I said I think the number one thing had us too messed up. That's why I'm not really tripping over us being number 19 in the country. You know what I'm saying? Going into this thing. Yeah. It ain't really too much pressure besides from the IU people. Like we had pressure from everybody all around the country. You know what I'm saying? Picking us to win. Yeah. And, we got guys, you know what I'm saying? We got guys leaving. We know it's guys last year. We know we got a lot of people that's leaving. You know what I'm saying? So it was a lot. It was a lot, bro. And I don't think we really handled that as well as we could. I'm just being honest, from players and the staff. Like I don't feel like we handled that the way we should have, man. So I'm looking forward to what this team can do. But we can jump into the X's and O's. Recap a little bit last week. We're gonna start off with the worst game we've ever fucking played this year. We're gonna start off with the Iowa game, man. You give me your thoughts, bro. Give me your takeaways from the Iowa game, man.
Man, here's how I wanted to start this conversation. Like I'm having a hard time with this one, and it's weighed on my mind all week. Like, was Iowa going to beat anybody in the country that night, or were we going to lose to anybody in the country that night?
Yeah.
Because
that's a good question.
It's almost like we were so shocked that Iowa was shooting and knocking down threes that like once they hit a couple, I mean, there was a couple instances in the game where we made a little bit of a surge to come back, but for the most part, it was like, we're so shocked that these guys are knocking down shots. Our defense was so bad that like, it just almost felt like we didn't want to be there. And here we are talking about like the excitement around making it to the tournament. We had a lot to play for. You know, you beat Iowa, you beat Michigan, you get the number 2 seed. Like it's written on paper for you. You win these 2 games, you get the 2 seed. And that Iowa game, man, to come out with zero energy. I mean, besides Trace, bro, and even Trace looks good on paper.
It was not impactful. It was not impactful. It was not impactful. Right.
No, not at all. Not at all. So I was so shocked that like, was Iowa just that good that night, or were we just that bad?
I think we was just that bad, honestly, Derek. I'm not going to lie to you. I think we would have got beat by anybody that I really think we were still hungover from the Purdue game, bro. And I hate to say that. You know what I'm saying? That's what it looks like to me. I think we just, like Coach Woodson said, we left our game in West Lafayette. I really believe that. I think we thought that Iowa was going to come in and lay down because we beat Purdue. They didn't care, bro. You know what I'm saying? They didn't care. They came out. They hit us in the mouth early, went up 8-0. And that was I could just tell from the way the game started, like it wasn't going to be, it was not in our favor to win that game. You know what I'm saying? Like that game was never really a game, bro. That was probably, I ain't going to lie, that was probably our worst performance all season.
That one and Northwestern at home. And that's my problem is like you go on the road and beat the number 1 team in the nation. And then you come home in front of your 17,000 and pretty much you look at that roster, everybody besides Trace just lays an egg. Jalen, like as much as we talk about Jalen and love Jalen,
Perkins had his way.
From 35 points against
Perkins
Purdue.
had his way with him.
Man.
I don't lie to you. Like he had his way from him, backdoored him and I don't know, man. We just wasn't there defensively, bro, at all. Like, I don't know what made Coach put Miller Kopp on Murray, but it was just like, what are we doing? Like, I don't think that was supposed to be the game plan. I just can't see Coach saying, okay, you got Murray. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was crazy to me, bro. Like, that was just bad, man. I hate to say it, bro. That shit was just terrible.
It was hard for me too, because like for a team that doesn't play defense, like everybody knows Iowa's game plan is to score. You could score 100. They need to score 101. I think we even said those exact words on the last podcast. It was pulling teeth for this team to score 60 points against Iowa at home. At home. So like, that's where I'm just like, man, with everything that's on the line, you come out here and lay an egg like that. And there were instances where, you know, the videos are, you know, at the end of the game, whatever, 5 minutes left, they pull Trace out and there's a cameraman kind of focuses on Trace and Race. And I get it. Like, you're not just going to be in there. You know, I've been on the bench where, you know, something funny happens, whatever. But like those two are just laughing. They're down 23. It's like, man, it just doesn't seem like we were really bought in. And now you go to an instance where you're fighting because like you said in the podcast before, like you lose both those games, you have a chance to finish second or ninth.
Crazy, right?
And so to come out, that's crazy. That's the Big Ten for you. But the fact that you're not locked in and ready to just, especially with all the Iowa had going on against the Michigan State game, they had gone to overtime, they're tired. You come out here and you just play like that and pretty much say you guys can have the win. That rubbed me the wrong way, man. I honestly didn't know what to expect when it came.
Bro, it was different. I can remember when we beat Kentucky, like Coach Crean pulling me and Verdell in the room. Like, it's really on y'all two, like whether we gonna fuck over the next couple games or we gonna come in and be a player led team and say we're not done yet. And I don't think. After the Purdue, I don't know if we had somebody, you know what I'm saying, talk to the team or really set that example like, man, we ain't done yet. We ain't did nothing yet. And that was the result, bro. Like, you can't be a team. I don't want to just put it all on the coaches because we got a lot of seniors out there. You know what I'm saying? Race and Trace out there. They got to be the ones that act like, hey, man, we done won big high-level games before. Like, this ain't nothing new to us. We're going to do this. We're going to get back to what we're doing, and we're going to finish this season the way we're supposed to. And I think that was you know what I'm saying? I just seen it. I don't feel like we came out with that type of sense of urgency from the very beginning of the game. It was like we didn't come out with the plan to win the game. And man, that was a bad one, man. I hate I hate the way that one looked, bro. 90-68 blowout loss in Assembly Hall, bro. I seen people leaving the game early. That's never a good sign. You know what I'm saying? That's the
terrible.
worst. You know what I'm saying? So
that's Benny Seltzer right there. Benny Seltzer used to always say the best feeling in the world is when you go on the road and the fans make the stairs disappear before the game.
But I mean, Trace knocked down another accolade, became the most what he became. I use all-time leading rebounder, which is huge. Congrats to him, bro. He had 26-13, man. So congrats to him. But you know what I'm saying? You want to do that in a winning fashion, of course, but that's a huge milestone for him, bro. So congrats to him, man. And take it to talk. We might as well take it into the next game, bro. Michigan game.
Yeah, we don't need to harness on this one, man. That was just bad all around, man. Bad all around.
Talk to me about the Michigan game, bro.
Yeah, man, that Michigan game. Like I said, man, I didn't know what to expect. One of the things that I'm having a hard time with right now, obviously the news broke before the game that Xavier Johnson wasn't going to come back for the season. I think that really hurts this team. I thought maybe there was going to be a little bit of a kind of a head hang when you know that one of your guys who's been working all season long pretty much to come back to the team, pretty much calls it quits. Obviously, he's not quitting on his team, but he wants to get ready for next season, which, you know, we could use him.
That's why
obviously
we're gonna talk about
all the seniors on senior night taking off.
We're gonna talk about it on the Word on the Campus because I got mixed reviews about that, but I kind of understand Xavier a little bit, you know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But I think from Jump Street, I think what we saw was, you know, Indiana basketball. I mean, we went to Trace early and often. You know, pretty much him taking over the load. Trey Galloway gets in foul trouble, and that always hurts us. But a guy that we don't talk a lot about is Race, and Race came to play, man. And I thought this was going to be a really, really good matchup with Race and Trace versus big fella. Howard is going to be a really good player at all times. Buffkin's really good player. So I think this Michigan team, man, if they get into the tournament, they are really, really scary. They're good from a lot of positions. So the fact that we were able to get in, they're good. And so the fact that we were able to take care of business, riding Trace's coattails, you know he wanted that one. You know, he went, what's the big guy's name? Why am I blanking on him? Hunter. Him and Hunter, they got a friendship. They got a relationship that goes off the court. So I know Trace wanted this one bad. Obviously, it's senior night. We know what it's like to lose on senior night. It's a terrible feeling having to talk to those fans after.
Oh man, that's the worst.
You lose.
I couldn't stop. Shit, I couldn't tell. I was crying from the senior speech of the game. I'm like, fuck, I'm torn here.
I know.
Fuck.
After we cut down the nets and we
cut down the nets but we knew we had a share of it, so I get it. I know we did it at home. I wasn't mad at that. A lot of people gave Coach Green shit for that. Like, fuck, we had to cut him down.
Yeah, I get it.
We wasn't gonna be able to cut him down in Ann Arbor. Fuck.
I know. I know. We
deserved it,
bro. We deserved it. But yeah, man, we had been through a lot. So, but yeah, man, it was just happy to see kind of Trace get a little bit of mojo back. Obviously, like we said, he was the only one of the, I guess if you're going to point out a good against Iowa, he was our only good. But I thought he was really, really good against Michigan. And, you know, besides the lack of shooting, our guard play wasn't really there. That's what scares me, because, you know, after that game against Purdue, Jalen's he's kind of been nowhere to be found here these last two games, which.
Listen to me, bro. We have to find a way to score, bro. We have to find a way to put points on the board, bro, going into this tournament. Dog, we have to, bro. And and if Jalen's not playing at a high level, it gets hard for us, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't really have nobody that can too many people that can just go out there and just get their own buckets. That's why we need, like, Tamar Bates making shots. You know what I'm saying? When he made some shots for us last game. Like, we need people like bro, I talked to NBA scouts about this team. You know, I know NBA executives and scouts that I've been a part of, that played with, you know what I'm saying, in the G League and stuff like that, bro. They said we got 3 pros on the team, and Tamar Bates is one of them. We need him to step up and be that. You know what I'm saying? Now, whether he taps into that potential and become that, that's a whole nother situation. But they're saying, like, looking at it from the outside in, this is the guy that's the prototypical type, you know what I'm saying, body style, athleticism, like everything.
Yeah.
We need him to score points, bro. We have to find a way to score points, bro. We're going to find ourselves in a tough situation. We play defense, no doubt about it. We play defense, but you don't want to just lean on that too much. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have to be able to score on the other end, bro. Like, when you're in a tournament, every possession matters. Everything is magnified. You know how it is. Everybody is so uptight. Like, so you're going to have to relax and play basketball and score. You know what I'm saying? That's the main thing I'm scared about with this team, just because we don't really have too many people with a lot of tournament experience, bro. It's different. It's different. You know what I'm saying? And I think looking at the Michigan game, you know what I'm saying, we just got to find a way to score, bro. And I love our fight. You know what I'm saying? Indiana team, we know how we do when we get down. Like, we ain't no quitter. Like, we going to fight to the end, bro. That's been a staple of what we do. You know what I'm saying? We're going to play defense at home, and we did a good job of that, but we just got to figure out a way to score some points, bro, in order for us to keep this thing rolling into the tournament.
Yeah, there's no doubt. And that's what it all comes down to, because like you said, we have, besides last year's, one game and out, 2 games, and St. Mary's smacks us. Like, we don't have anybody who's been a part of that. We just figured out, we just saw it the other day, yesterday, when Trey Galloway gets in foul trouble and he's not associated with the game, really. He's not really a part of it. Jalen's not putting the ball in the hole. Like, we have to have a comeback, which was great, obviously, you know, making the comeback that we made. Because we were down quite a bit there. I think 12, maybe 13 was the highest it got. So to show our fight and to come back, but again, man, you kind of credit that to just going to the well. And Trace kind of took over. He got fouled. He put the ball in the hole. Other than that, there were no bright spots.
Yeah, Race was huge.
And Race has been hit and miss all year. Yeah, Race has been hit and miss all year. When it comes down to guards, like you said, man,
you have to have guard play, bro.
In the tournament, you
got to have good guard play.
Guards. You have to have good guard play. What you run into is you run into those teams that are playing with house money. Their whole season is predicated on, do you just get to the tournament? Like, if you get to the tournament, those coaches, they take off, they get massive raises.
No doubt.
Like, it's just getting there. Now you're playing with a team that's house money, who's got a guard who was all whatever conference, and you'll see. Like, that's why you see all the time in the tournament, guards have unbelievable games because they got the ball in their hands. They're not afraid to shoot it. And right now, I think we have a lot of guards who, like you said, we don't want to mess up. Like, we're playing so tense. We don't want to mess up. There's a lot that's riding on these games. I don't want to be the guy to make the mistake. And that comes down to it just hurts this team because you got to open up that lane for Trace. And if not, there are games where he can give you 30, but we've also seen a Purdue game where he gives you 0 in the first half and 10 total.
No
so
doubt.
Where does your scoring come from?
Huge, but I'm happy we got that win, bro. Race deserved it. Trace deserved it. Miller Kopp deserved it. But we got to figure out, and we got to get back to, I don't know, Jalen got to get back to being aggressive, bro. When I say aggressive, I don't necessarily talk about just scoring the basketball. But if you go back and look at that Purdue game, bro, his usage rate was so high. Like, he assisted the ball. Like, he just demanded a lot of attention. And we need that from him in order to be successful. And that's a lot. That's a lot on the freshman. Like, I don't say that to him lightly. Like, I know that's tough. You know, that isn't just an easy thing to do. But in order for us to reach our potential, we have to have great guard play, man. So credit those guys for fighting back, bro. Yeah. They deserve that win. Down like we did, to come back in that type of fashion, bro, it was huge. You know what I'm saying? It was another step just for our mental going into the tournament. You know, you don't want to go into the tournament with a loss, bro. So that was huge for us, man. I'm excited. Like I said, I keep saying I'm excited because I really am for this team. You know what I'm saying? I think we could do a lot of stuff. I think we can do some great things, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. But like you said, man, it all comes down to play. And, you know, I think this is a time right now. The thing I like so much about the tournament, is the fact that you're going to be playing in gyms that you play in for the rest of the tournament. You're playing in these NBA style arenas for the rest of the time. So the Big Ten, obviously you're playing on the Bulls floor. So you get to get a little bit of that feel. Obviously it was different for us a little bit. We got to play in Dayton. But you run into last year when it was like the Final Four, all those games.
It's a weird arena,
it's just
bro.
Weird. Yeah, it's weird. But like you get that, exactly. You get these arenas now where it's like the Ohio States. You're playing in Chicago. You get a feel for these type of rims. It's going to be a different ball. So how do you get a guy like Tamar Bates to, and we've said it time and time again, man, this guy is like, his whole mental is based on whether the ball goes through the hole or not. And like, he made a three at the end of the game, which was a huge three, but then kind of missed a little bunny layup. And it's like, I just feel like the guy's mind is everywhere.
The putback,
I know.
Just go dunk that shit tomorrow.
I know.
Dunk that shit.
I know.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I just feel like right now he's not in the right state of mind that he needs to be in. And it scares me. I'm always going to be the guy who's, a little conservative and thinks that like, all right, a little bit of the worst team is going to come out and then we come out and obviously dominate. But I'm always skeptical because you never know what you're going to get. And that's what I hate going into games with. I hate going into games saying, I have no idea what Indiana team is showing up tonight.
I hate it too.
I hate that.
But man, if I could talk to Tamar, bro, I just tell him, bro, look, you got a chance to put all that behind you, bro. Really. You really do. Like, and I ain't just saying that just to say it, man. You have a good tournament, a good Big Ten tournament, and you have a good NCAA tournament, you can find yourself in a totally different situation than you've been in all year. You know what I'm saying? You can have, whether that's whatever, whether that's, you putting yourself in position to come back to school and have a different role, whether you put yourself to, you know what I'm saying? Like you could put yourself in a situation, okay, well, we got to give Tamar more of the keys when he comes back to school. You know what I'm saying? He could put himself in that type of situation, bro. Like, or you could put yourself in this. Who knows, bro? You could put yourself in a situation where you possibly could, you know what I'm saying, could test the waters, and then you get some look, test the waters. Like I know he hadn't tested them yet. You get 2 times to do it. He might want to test it. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a tough situation, bro. But I think if he just goes in and focus on one game at a time, I feel like he'll help us in the long run. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what we need. That's what we need from him because we're going to need all hands on deck, bro. We can quit talking about X coming back now. We know he's not coming back. This is what we got. This is what we rolling with. This is it's just us in here. You know what I'm saying? I think once we lean on each other, that's going to be huge, bro. But we need – I tell you what we can't do, God damn, Race. You can't be missing no 4 free throws in a row. Fuck. Bro, that was
golly, man.
Hey, we talk about the margin for error.
I never want to say a guy is
Derek, we can't do that.
I tell you what, Buffkin absolutely fucks up that last play, and I don't know why he tried to throw it to Hunter Dickinson at half court when you had 3 seconds on the clock to put something up. But say he doesn't do that and throws one up, we lose that game.
That's a terrible. He might not even give it. He might not even give it senior speech after that shit, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I know, man.
But what if that fucking shot? What if that shot go in and Trace threw up? Oh my God! What you talking about a career ending? That shit was crazy.
It was insane. Oh man, it almost seems fitting though for a guy like that to not shoot a single three all season.
And that shit goes in, so that'd be crazy, man. But we move on, Derek. We move on to the tournament. We got to win.
Let's do it. Yeah.
We ain't really got no scouting report because we don't know who we're going to play yet. But I tell you what, I feel comfortable playing either one of those 3 teams that we possibly can play.
Yeah, I think when you're looking at our scenario, you have to imagine. I don't know though. Nebraska's playing really well, but you have to imagine it's going to be Maryland, Northwestern, and then all roads lead back to Purdue, which. Like we said, man, like as a fan, you would love to see part 3. But like you said also, man, this is not an opportunity or this is not a instance where you look forward. That was one of the things with us. See, when we were in the tournament our junior year, every reporter wanted to talk about, the revenge game for us against Kentucky in the Sweet 16. We were in Kentucky's path and we said, wait a second. We don't even know if we were supposed to be here. I think the only people that thought we were supposed to be here was the people in the
And that was the best fucking feeling. That was the best feeling, bro.
The fact
when everybody knew that we were supposed to be here, that shit was terrible, dog. That shit was miserable. But
terrible. So the fact that these guys were trying to get us to talk about Kentucky when we still had New Mexico State to take care of. Everybody knew about Havoc and VCU that year and knew how tough a game that was going to be, but still they wanted to talk about us versus Kentucky. It's like you said, man, it's one game at a time right now. And, you know, I posed this question to you. I want to get it out there into the podcast. I'm kind of torn. See, I really am, because like we said, man, rest is so important. The Big Ten tournament is the last tournament to finish up before Selection Sunday. And obviously you want to win this thing. We've never won this thing, but now you're talking about playing Friday, Saturday, Sunday. If you win, you pack your bags and leave Monday, Tuesday, and then you play Thursday, Saturday, Friday, Sunday. That is a lot of basketball for a team that is dealing with injuries, who's now dealing with Xavier Johnson not coming back. Like, I don't know, man. It's for a young kid, especially in AAU. Game. Obviously, for us every year, you just keep playing.
It was to the point of us, Derek. I ain't gonna lie though. It was either fucking play this game or have a 4-hour practice. Which one do you want to do?
Exactly. Exactly.
So we was trying to play as many games as we can. So I don't want to. I know they take their rest a little different than what we did. I think Coach Woodson, with that NBA background, with those guys playing so many games, so many, you know what I'm saying, with those so many back-to-back situations, I think they will be more prepared than we were to handle that as far as the rest and recovery and how things work. I don't think he's going to overwork them. So I don't know, bro. Like I said earlier in this episode, I feel like winning is contagious and so is losing. So you want to win while you're out there and just deal with it how it comes. You know what I'm saying? It could be possibly the difference between us getting playing in Portland or playing in close to home. You know what I'm saying? By us getting to the championship game. Does that mean more than rest to you? Right. Like the location? You know what I'm saying? Like you go to Portland, you playing on the Pacific time zone. We could stay home where we're playing on the Eastern time zone, which what we're used to. You know what I'm saying? So that could go either way. It's like either rest or win, get a better seed. And we'll be closer to home. We have more fans. You know what I'm saying? So that could go either way. And I know guys want to win at the end of the day. If you want another chance to put a ring on your finger. We didn't, especially when you didn't win the Big Ten. You win the conference championship, you get your ring.
Yeah. No, I think that's the thing. We gotta, obviously the schedule's gotta come out. We've gotta figure out what our road looks like. And we said it before. I mean, we travel, Indiana Hoosiers, man, they travel so well. It's actually ridiculous. It's kind of crazy. You go out to Vegas and you got people lining up the hallways when you're walking to the bus. That shit's crazy. But if we're playing in Louisville,
you know it's going to be dumb.
In our backyard, we're going to fill the son of a bitch out.
No doubt about it, man. So I'm excited. We'll see what that holds. We might as well move into the Word on the Campus segment. Word on the Campus segment is Xavier Johnson putting out on Twitter or putting out on his social media that he's done. He's going to look for a medical hardship. I just want to know your thoughts on it. That's a tough situation, bro. It's a tough, sticky situation. Tell me your thoughts on it.
Yeah, it's hard. See, it's hard to believe that something like that. It is and it's not, right? I mean, we've been talking all season long how, you know, that third scorer on this team is going to relieve so much. And obviously it was Xavier. It's been Xavier all year long. And the fact that he comes out and does this and says that he's going to shut it down for the season, for a guy to be able to do that and focus on him, it's great. Obviously, I don't want to take anything from him, but there's a lot of hype right now. Obviously, we've said it all podcast long, being a 3 seed in this tournament, going out, who knows what we're going to be in the big dance. But just that was the answer to a lot of our prayers. That was the answer to a lot of our frustrations. And I hate the fact that I'm watching the kid warm up against Iowa. I'm watching him dunk the ball in layup lines and then to just shut it down. Does it put us in a bad situation or, kind of what, our back and forth in some of these podcast episodes is what does the team look like when Xavier comes back? Does Jalen come off the ball and does he not, contribute as much as he was doing? And so for, a slight instance, you go, well, the same team's going to be out there that's been out there pretty much all season long, which I think is good. But at the end of the day, I think we're still looking for that third guy. And
right, no, I agree,
he
bro.
was the answer.
Selfishly, as a IU alum, former player, we wanted to see him back out of there. We wanted to see him back out on the court just because of what he could possibly bring to our team, But I understand his situation too, bro. Like, he wants to go into a situation with a fresh start. I'm sure the kid has dreams of playing at the next level, so he wants to be able to pursue that, Like, him coming in at this point in the career, like, he's not going to really have that impact. He's not going to really have the ball in his hand as much as he would starting off. So that's why I say it's a tough situation. You got your guys out there that you've been battling with for the last couple of years to get to this point. Like last year, he didn't really. We weren't a good team like we are this year. Like, he's put in a lot of work with those guys in order to get to this point, and you want to enjoy the fruits of your labor, man. So I just hate he can't experience it, but. Looking back, he got to do what's best for his career. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, bro, it's about it's about the Indiana. Don't get it twisted. It's about Indiana, but it's about his career. And I feel like if he can come back and help himself, put himself in a different situation, who am I to say that he's wrong for doing that? Who am I to? I can't say he's wrong for doing that.
Exactly.
I don't know how the guy feel. We just see him going up, dunking the ball, doing everything like that. But he might be hurting after that, Derek. You know what I'm saying? You never know, bro. So I can't be the one to judge that. I hate that happen, but I'm just selfish. I just hate that happen selfishly because I want to see him back out there, and I know we could make a possibly deeper run with him out there. Granted, we don't have him now, so this is what we got. This is what we're gonna work with, and we've been pretty successful with it. It's not like we hadn't been successful with him. With him out of the lineup. So, man, that's tough though.
Yeah. I think this is a good conversation to have too, because I think what it does is it proves all the critics wrong about NIL. I think obviously this guy is going to shut it down, come back for next season. You have to think that there's going to be some NIL money that's going to be attached to his name. And I think that's exactly why the NIL.
That's why you don't want to go. That's why you don't want to leave school, Derek. Bro, he's been in school like 5 years. If we was in school 5 years, we've been like, bro, no matter what, I'm getting the fuck out of here. He don't have that situation. He's going to get NIL money. He can sit back, relax. I hate it for him because I just don't know the dynamic of our team next year. We're going to have to do some things different. We're going to have to play different. We're not going to be able to play through Trace. That's why I was telling you through our group text with a mutual friend we got. We just gonna have to do things different. We're probably gonna have to get in the portal and recruit some guys and play totally different style of basketball just because we don't have that force in the paint. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be a totally different team for him. Like, he may be used to it going one way. He could be in a totally different role next year, bro. And that means positive or negatively. You know what I'm saying? So it could go a lot of different ways for him.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, bro, that's his decision. How many games did he play though? How many games can you play before you apply for a medical, hardship?
Well, let's see. I don't even know.
I thought it was like 7 to 9 games, but I could be wrong now. I'm not sure. I feel like he's played more than 9 games.
A little bit.
Did he?
He did, but I think it's associated with like where you're at in the Big Ten season. I think we played Rutgers, Nebraska, maybe had a bummy, and then played against Arizona.
Played against North Carolina. He got hurt against Arizona. Ooh, bro, he right at 9 games. He right at 9 games. He's good then.
And that's the thing. I think that's the thing. Everybody's talking right now about if it's granted, which I have to imagine it gets granted. But I guess there's an opportunity where it might not, which is kind of crazy to me. You're going to risk that. But I tell you what, my senior year,
you should have did
meniscus and Midnight Madness, and I knew if there was NIL money tied to my name,
I don't know.
Back, are you kidding me?
You ain't want to.
As much shit as we were going through.
Fucking stay at school though. Fuck that.
I probably would have gone somewhere else, maybe. I don't necessarily.
You wasn't going. You wasn't dealing with another year. That shit, bro. Like,
Jeff.
Without us, without the guys you came in with,
not that.
You wouldn't.
Yeah,
Fuck no. We came in this.
I know.
We came in this bitch
I'd have been
together. We're
calling
gonna
you
leave this
guys
bitch together. Fuck that. Nah.
No matter what. No matter what. I would have called you up. You would have showed me what Israel looked like from your hotel room. And I'd have been like,
you
what
would
the
have been.
fuck
You
am I doing?
You ain't Will would have been miserable in that bitch, no doubt. Yeah, man. So.
Oh man, golly. But I mean, that just goes to show you,
hell,
man.
yeah, I would have
money,
stayed
man,
for
keeps
6,
players
7
around,
years.
and that's really good.
You know what I'm saying? Shit, you gonna make more, bro. I ain't gonna lie. A lot of people making way more than they would make at the next level. You know, way more. You know what I'm saying? So I can't argue with that, bro. Stay in school, man. Get that NIL money. I know they're gonna take care of you at Indiana, man. But get healthy. Work on you. You know what I'm saying? Work back on your game, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We're gonna need him next year. He gonna be a huge piece. You know, he's gonna be a huge piece. I'm sure they looking forward to him having a huge role with getting him back healthy, man. So, you know, I pray that God is waiver is granted so we can get him back for another year.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. See, say they come out and say that he's not granted it.
Hell
Does he
yeah.
come out and play?
I don't know.
I don't know where he's
that's
at.
Tough. That's a tough situation.
I don't know where he's at right now.
I don't know. That's a tough situation. Maybe, I mean, at this point in time, he said he's done, so.
Questions for the fans.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. Shut it down.
I'll see you in Chicago, bro. I think that concludes our episode. We got a live event in Chicago. Details coming soon. You guys stay tuned to our social media handles on what we'll be doing, but we got some things going in Chicago. I'm excited to get up there, Big Ten tournament time, just to get in the atmosphere. Shout out to the new, yeah, man.
If you're out there, come say hey.
New amendment. Y'all got to take care of us, bro. Y'all got to take care of us as far as, you know, making sure we got all access for the Big Ten tourney, baby. That's all. But man, you guys follow us on everything. CY205. It's been a joy doing this with my guy Derek, man. I've been enjoying it, bro. So last one of the, I don't know if this is the last one, but this is definitely the end of the regular season.
Yeah, last one of the season, regular season. Got a lot of games left. See, hopefully it's not our last one. But like you said, man, if you're out in Chicago, you're going to the tournament, you stop by and see us, get you on the show, ask you a couple of questions.
No doubt.
Love to talk to the fans, man.
No doubt.
It's all about
concludes it, fellas. We out. Thank you, guys.
Beyond the Big Ten is a network of podcasts that aims to be your go-to resource for all things Big Ten. We cover the entire conference with shows hosted by ex-players and athletic alumni, aiming to be your go-to source of information and entertainment for your favorite team. Hosted by ex-Big Ten players, media, and insiders, our podcasts are focused on giving diehard fans and those alums an inside scoop about the teams and people that make the Big Ten Conference one of the most watched and most talked about conferences in sports. We're excited to talk Big Ten basketball with you wherever you may be. Subscribe now.